Hello, and today we are going to show you Procreate and what it does and the various functions. I'm using the iPad Pro and I'm using an Apple Pencil. Now, when I first got the Apple Pencil, when I first saw it, I thought to myself, oh, that looks rubbish. It just looks like a white pencil. Whereas, you know, when you're using a Wacom tablet, you've got this massive chunky pencil and it looks pretty cool and it's got buttons on it and stuff. But with the iPad pencil, the Apple Pencil, it's just like a pencil. And when I first started using it, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what sort of brushes we can use. So if we just scroll here, we've got sketching. You've got your technical pencil, you've got your HB pencil, your 6B pencil, you've got your shading for graphite, soft pastel, oil pastel, and so on and so forth. So let's just use a HB pencil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a blue colour just to come up with something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little character just out the top of my head. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do construction lines on one layer. So let's do a little dude here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my little zombie character. And so this is all done on the iPad pencil, and we give him some little hair there, and we do some little construction lines. And this guy's got big eyes like so, and he's got little nostrils there, and he's got like cheekbones, and do his little chin there. And we're going to get him looking over to the left, and we're going to do him with his hands out because he's a zombie. We're just going to do some circles for hands, then we're going to put more detail on them later on. And what's great as well, you can zoom in on the artwork. You can zoom in doing a pinch zoom with Procreate, and we're just roughly drawing the character called Zombie, because he's a zombie. Then we're going to put some eyebrows. So, and then we just put a little bit more detail, put his little suit on that I have him in, like so, little spiky hair as I've said. And then let's zoom in on his hands, and we'll give him some fingers here, like so. Little sausages. And there's a thumb there. Let's get his foot there, and he's in a sort of like walking position. So, there we go, there's Zombie, quickly drawn. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go to this layer. So we're going to call this, what you can do, you can actually rename this stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to rename this, we're going to call it pencils, because it's always good to have various layers. And always name your layers, it's always good so you can keep track of stuff. So we've done that, and then what we're going to do, we're going to do another layer, and we're going to call this, we're going to rename this, we're going to call it inks. Yeah, here we go, so inks. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go over, there's various inks you can use. This is your inking, inking brushes. And what we're going to do, we're going to use the studio pen. No, actually, I'm going to use, let's just use the studio pen. So we click on that, and then we turn this colour black. And then we just start working into this character. Oh, excuse me. And what's great about these inks is, oh, excuse me, just get rid of that. What's great about this, you can actually adjust the streamline of the brush, and this allows us to get a nice curve. And if you add pressure or take away pressure, the line. So if you go lightly, the pen goes thin, and if you go hard, like so, that's just a demo. If you go hard, the pen gets thicker. So, and we're just gonna draw away and put some hard lines there. Another good thing what you can do with the pencils is, what I like to do is I like to lower the opacity there. So I've just done that, and then we just start working. Using pencil lines like so. And we go like that, put his tongue in there, like so. And so what we want to do as well, see this area here where I've put a cross? I want these areas to be filled in black. Now, if you're wondering how to fill in on Procreate, what you do is you go up here, right, like so, and then you just drag this over here and then just pop it there. So I'll show you that action once more. Pull it across, drop it in there, and then you drop in the ink like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up, okay? Okay, so there you have it. There's Zombie. There's the inks for him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nice little thick outline on there, like so. So, Okse, how do we colour him in? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the pencil lines. So we've just got the inks here. And if you want to see here, I've made a bit of an error there. So what I want to do, if I want to erase this area here, what I do is I just go to the erase brush, and let's go back to inks, and I go to the studio pen, and I just so I'm just going to erase these here. I'm going to make this, let's get rid of those. Let's go back to the inks, and then just draw this in there, like so. Like that. And then what I'm doing as well, I'm just checking to see if there's any leaking holes for when I want to colour in. Okay, make sure there's no leaky holes, and then let's start colouring this bad boy in, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to add another layer, and we're going to call this Colours, Colours, because I'm from the UK. And then I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to put it below my inks. Now, what I'm going to do now is, if I just tap here, I can go to reference. So what this does is, if I go to the layer below and I start filling colours in, so let's get a nice green. Let's make Zombie green. So we drag it along and we pop it there, and then we colour all the areas we want to be green. So I just want to show you here, see here for example, that the reason that's not working and it's leaked out is because we've got a little hole there. So what we do, we go back to our inks, go back to the black, and we just sort that little gap out there. Make sure there's no leaky areas. Okay, so what we're going to do is bring that over here, pop that, pop that, pop that. Okay, and I've spotted a little leaky area. Oh, so what I've done there, I accidentally coloured the green on the ink, so I didn't want to do that. So let's just, oh, made an error there. So we go like that, dink, 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 and then just use our pen to colour in those holes. So there we go. So we've coloured his face in green using the area below, so I can switch that off at any point. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to colour his eyes in, and I want his eyes to be sort of like a yellow, not too yellow though. So what we're going to do is pop, oh, I'm going to pop that, and then we're going to pop that. So there's his eyes sorted. Now what we're going to do is going to make the suit grey. So we go to a grey, let's get a grey there, and then just start colouring that in. Oh, as I say, got a bit of a leak. Let's find the leak. Go back to our inks. Let's find these. Oh, there we go. There's some leaky holes there. There's a leaky hole there. That's all. Let's tidy all this up. So if you want to grab a colour on this, there isn't sort of like pipette. So what you do, you go over to the side. If you see the sidebar, there's that little square in between the two sort of like levers, and what you do, you hold that down, and then that allows you to pick a colour. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick that grey. Before we do that, let's go back to our colours. And there's another leak there. So where is that leak? Just bear with me. So let's go back to our inks again, and I can see there's a little hole there. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. So here we go dink, and then we colour this in like so. Okay, so we've got the grey suit there. And let's make his shirt a bit grey as well. So we're just popping the colours on there like so, as you do. So we want a dirty grey. Let's colour his teeth in. So I'm going to make his teeth yellow. So we can actually, oh, okay, so I'm making a few errors here, so let's go to the inks one, and let's sort out all these holes that I've spotted. Let's get that colour of the eye. I'm going to get that. Let's start colouring his suit in. We're going to go grey. Like so. Oh! Sorry, I do apologise. And then we're going to start filling this in. Okay, like so. Let's colour his tongue in. Let's make it red, but like darken it. There we go. So this is tongue. Let's start filling in his teeth. Make them a bit yellow. And I'm not going to go filling. I'm going to just go underneath. Okay, I'm just going to draw these in. Okay. Draw underneath there. So there's his teeth sorted, okay? Let's colour in his shirt again, because we messed up there. Just going to fill this in like so. Here we go. So I think that's him all coloured in. Okay, so if you want to check that, what we can do, we can adjust the background colour. And we're going to colour it red. And as you can see, there's some areas there which haven't been coloured in. So let's sort all that out. Get that sorted. Let's sort these whites, the eyes out. It's always good to put whites in the pupils, because it gives the character some character. Okay, so we know that it's all done now. So, okay, so that character's pretty cool. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how we do shading. So what I do is create another layer. Let's call it shading. And what we're going to do, we're going to knock this down to 20%. And we're going to go black. And what we're going to do here, we're just going to start adding some shading. And what this does, it makes the character really pop out. So we're going to do some shading underneath here. A bit of shading here. Like so. Let's make his shoes a bit darker there. And because the arm's further away, let's make that darker as well. Just a bit of shade in there. And this ear over here, we make that dark. Let's do some shadows on the mouth there, so let's do a line there. Maybe do a bit of shading on the tongue there. Okay. And let's do some shading on the ear, like so. And this just makes the character stand out a bit more, makes it pop a bit. Like so. So as I say, we've got like a black, and we've knocked it down to 20%, okay? And it just makes it a bit more three-dimensional. What we can also do is we can create another layer, and we call this we're going to call this highlights, and this is going to be where we can do our highlights. Okay, so but we go opposite, we go white, and we're going to rename this. Let's call it highlights. And we're going to also knock this down to 20%. Or 18. Let's go 20. Okay, and then what you can use this for is you can use this for your rim lighting, which is always good. Do a bit of rim lighting there. This also makes a character pop. And let's do some highlights on the eyes there. Like so. And that really helps the character. That really helps the character. And then what you can do as well, which is quite nice, is if you duplicate this shading, what you can do is you can take away. So you basically duplicate it and then just start taking away some of the shading. So let's figure that out. Take that away. And this sort of shading really adds to it. It gives it more three-dimensionalness to it. Okay. So that makes it look really cool. Like so. There you go. And there's a character. And that's how I do basic drawing on Procreate, doing little cartoon characters. If there are any questions you want to ask about Procreate, please do so. I will be doing some more to this character. I'll be adding a bit more texture to it. If this gets to 50 likes, I will show you some more stuff. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe, and obviously hit a like on this channel. Yeah, that's basically it really. Please check out my other videos. You might find them interesting, but this is going to be a series which I'm just concentrating on Procreate. Okay, thank you. Bye.